We are hitting the track tomorrow. It's gonna be a rainy one. Let's see if this meet has got what it takes. What is going on, party people? This is Full Octane Creations, where we give you guys that motorsport good. We are out here at Motorsport Ranch in Cresson, Texas with the Apex Driving Academy for another lap attack event. So today we're going to be testing out Bridgestone's new 71RZs, predecessors to the RSs. So we're going to see how they do. Now, what's unique about today's video is we're going to test them out in two different conditions and two different tracks. We're going to see how they perform in the rain, and then tomorrow we're going to go out to Eagle Canyon Raceway in Decatur and see how they perform in the dry. Today's video, I'm going to get my first impressions, go over, the specs of the tire, all that good stuff. So make sure you guys subscribe, follow, comment, all that good stuff to see how these new tires hold up. Are they going to be better than the old ones? Are they going to be slower than the old ones? Are they going to be less and perform not as good in the rain? Who knows? We're going to answer hopefully all those questions in today's video. Have some good time, so let's get into it. Now, I would normally be filming this portion outside of the car, but it's super cold. The rain stopped, but it was raining really hard, but it's really windy, and I want you guys to have as much audio as possible. But right now, we are sitting in my 2019 Subaru BRZ. I'm currently competing in a Driver's Cup-like class. I'll probably have more info or talk about it a little bit more later. But essentially, the only things I've done to the car is suspension, so coilovers and a sway bar, and then we've also have wheels and tires. The last thing we did to the car was a tune with some headers. So a little bit more power, but not substantially a lot more. So very much still a momentum style build. So we'll see how well the car does on these new tires, this relatively new setup. The last time we did a lap attack was in Hallett, and I didn't have the headers in a tune. So we'll see how well we do. This year the class structure is a little different, so we'll see. I'll talk about that, but you know what? Let's just jump to the GoPro footage and see how well these tires really are. All right, party people, we got 4 minutes. All right, let's see how these do. Before we head out on track, I have to show off these gloves my girlfriend got me for Christmas. They're bright pink, not famous racing gloves, and honestly, I'm super excited to try them out on track. All right, Bridgestone has been building high-performance tires for decades, from endurance racing all the way to grassroots motorsports, and the RE-71 series has earned a reputation as one of the benchmark tires for autocross, time attack, and HPDE. Naturally, I was pretty pumped to finally see what these new RZs were all about. Right away, I was impressed. Considering how much water was on track, these tires had more grip than I expected. They communicated really well, and even when the car started to move around, I felt predictable instead of surprising. More than anything, I just felt incredible to be back on track. It's been a long off-season filled with sim racing, working on the car, and counting down the days until the next event. Nothing really compares to putting the helmet back on and hearing the tires come alive. Now, today's track day really put my ability to adapt to the test. The hardest part wasn't finding grip, it was finding consistent grip. Every lap the braking points changed and the rain would come and go. I was consistently adapting corner after corner. Eventually I got used to it, was starting to gain some confidence, and was getting a little closer to finding the limit. And eventually the limit found me. Well, I got a little bit too much confidence. Felt like I was in Tokyo Drift. decided to take the scenic route straight to the grass. Tokyo, here we come. The BRZ definitely came back looking a little dirtier than when I left it. But thankfully, nothing was damaged, just a free mud bath. Quick inspection, and we're ready to head back out. By the end of the afternoon, the track finally started drying out. Enough to really push. I managed to put together a lap I was really happy with. It wasn't anything near my personal best, but the conditions just weren't there for that. Either way, it was a solid way to kick off the season and an encouraging first impression of the RE-71RZs. Now enjoy this raw, fast lap. I owe you guys an apology. I did not vlog like at all today. There was a lot going on with today between the weather, the lightning, the delays that we had to deal with on track. Also, it was my first time using a GPS and track timer, so getting that set up and troubleshooting that took me a little bit. So didn't always get a chance to pick up the camera, especially since it was raining and I didn't want to mess up this camera. Since that's the reason I messed up my last one, was the rain and some other stuff. Tomorrow we're going to do a lot better job about vlogging and bringing you guys along. The weather's going to be way better. Hopefully in the GoPro footage, the commentary and my review of the tires so far was adequate. Ooh, I like the grip so far. I'll probably talk more about it tomorrow, but with the changing conditions that we had to deal with on track, it was hard to tell how well these tires really did in the rain. It would be dry for the first half of the session and then be wet for the second. So a lot of driver error and driver input came into play. I don't want to blame it all on the tires, but probably saw the madness that was today on track. It's kind of funny, but kind of cool. I always like driving on the rain now. So we'll see. Tomorrow's all dry on a track configuration I haven't driven yet, so that's really exciting. We're gonna see, how well these new Bridgestones perform, especially on a longer track where they're gonna get up to temp, and I'll be able to break these tires in a little more since they are pretty new. But for now, we're gonna get some rest because it was a long day, and we are watching the first race of the F1 season, Melbourne, Australia. So Cadillac is our new team that we are rooting for this season. Let's go Checo. So we're gonna see how they do. Just take a break. Probably gonna end up falling asleep to the race, and I'll just watch the highlights in the morning. But we're going to see how it starts for now and go from there. But till the morning, see you guys in a little bit. Good morning, party people. It is Sunday, and Sunday are Sundays. Good morning, party people. It is Sunday, and you guys already know Sundays are for racing. We're about to head over to Eagle Canyon. We just got our caffeine, our Starbucks. I had to stop by 7-Eleven to get myself some water to get hydrated. and I stumbled upon this guy. A nice old vintage Porsche in a very similar color to the BRZ, so I had to get it because it was good luck. So let's go ahead and head over to the racetrack, baby. Alright, so one thing we did not look at yesterday was like tread wear, tread pattern, and stuff like that. So let's take a look. So I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up, but you know, I definitely could lose some pressure. I don't want to lose too much because it was cold and wet, but since it's going to be warmer today, I can probably, there we go. I'm gonna basically go with 28 in the fronts, 29 in the rear. I'm gonna go a little more heavy on the rear because I want some more oversteer out of the car. Let's take a look at the rears. Alrighty, so same situation here. I could probably go a little less here, but I'm gonna choose not to for now. So right now this is just from 2 sessions in the rain and then like half a session in the dry, and then also driving to and from the track. So far the car feels really good, really planted. I'm excited to see how they perform under more stress and more dry, kind of more optimal type of conditions. So I'm excited to see how these do.
My job today is to get y'all some footage of him on the track. So this is session 1 of day 2. So stay tuned.
If yesterday was about surviving the rain, today was about finding speed. The sun came out, the track dried off, and this is where the RZs finally got to do what they were designed to do. This was also my first track weekend with the new JDL headers and the tune, so I wasn't just learning new tires, I was learning a whole new version of the car. Plus, this was my first time driving this configuration of the track. Almost immediately, I could tell this setup was something special. The extra power made the car feel more alive, and the RZs had no problem putting it to the ground. The grip was incredible, but more importantly, the RZs gave me confidence. I found myself carrying more speed in the corners, getting back to throttle sooner, and trusting the car in ways I hadn't before. Now, I've never driven this exact combination of headers, tune, suspension, and tires before, but after a few sessions, it quickly became my favorite setup I've ever driven. Plus, this track configuration became my favorite hands down. Another thing that really impressed me was how quickly these tires came up to temperature. After a lap or two, they were ready to work. Even better, once they were in that sweet spot, they stayed there. Session after session, the grip felt remarkably consistent, which made it easier to focus on refining my driving instead of constantly adapting to the tires. The steering response felt incredibly direct, initial turn-in was sharp, the front-end communication was exactly what I needed in terms of how much grip was available, and under braking, the car stayed planted. Mid-corner, I could really lean on the tires, and on corner exit, they hooked up surprisingly well despite the added power. I felt like the car was finally working together as one complete package. That's probably the biggest takeaway from this weekend. Fast tires are great, but confidence is what actually makes you faster. When you trust the grip beneath you, you stop second guessing every input. You brake with more commitment, get back to throttle sooner, and start focusing on driving the track instead of managing the car. By the end of the day, I wasn't just impressed with the RZs, I was impressed with the entire package. The headers, the tune, the suspension, and the tires all came together in a way that made the BRZ feel more capable than it ever has. Now, there's still plenty more testing to do this season and some things I want to change, like the amount of rotation I'm getting. But if this weekend is any indication, I think we've built something really special. Alright, so I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of go over what the tires look like after this weekend. So this tire right here on the outside is my driver's side rear, my driver's side front, passenger side front, and driver's side rear. So just basically looking at the differences between the RZs and the RSs is these two big channels and basically the location of the shoulder. Now I know on the RSs this shoulder typically tended to wear out really quick compared to the outer grooves right there, but here it doesn't look like we have that issue. I will say that my shoulder is wearing a lot quicker than the rest of the tire. That might be due to alignment. I might have to go with a little bit more aggressive camber on both the front and the rear. Now, one thing that they did change on the RZs was the shoulder strength, or the sidewall strength. So that might be another reason why I'm seeing a little bit more wear here, is because of the strength of the shoulder. But like I said, that's more than likely due to the camber. Basically, this is, I'll have on the screen how many laps I did or how much track time was done on these tires. Now, I also want to add half of, or I'd say like 40%, 30% of the sessions that I did were in the rain, in the wet, especially on Saturday. So this is a combination of what the wear looks like between both dry and wet sessions. I can't believe I was about to end the video without putting another sticker on the toolbox. Alright, let's see. How does that look? How does that look? Hell yeah, brother. What is going on, party people? It is the end of the track weekend. I had such a great time. I really felt like my driving got so much better. That, and I got to finally drive the counterclockwise long Eagle Canyon Raceway configuration that I haven't gotten to drive yet. Really love it. It's cool that my family came out to come watch me race. Overall, just really good weekend. All the people, my family, everything. Great weekend. The tires lived up to its reputation so far. I wish I got some more runs in the rain, but they definitely held up. Haven't seen a lot of people review these tires in the rain yet, so I want to get some more laps in the rain before I form like an official opinion, but I'm really curious to see how they hold up. So far in the dry, they are awesome, phenomenal. I felt like I've driven the fastest I've ever driven my car in a long time. So it is now the start of race season. We have a lot in store. I know I didn't vlog as much as I wanted to, so hopefully I made up for it in the voiceovers and stuff in the GoPro footage. So I know I keep on saying this every video. I have a lot more coming, I promise. But this is the last time I'm saying it, because I'm just going to deliver. From here on out, every video after this, we're delivering. We're not saying more is coming. Just wait, it's going to get better. It will be better. We're delivering. I am committing to it right now. So, other than that, if you guys made it this far in the video, I really, really do appreciate it. It means the world to me for those that watch all my videos and watch it all the way through. If you are, dude, comment below, RZ gang or something like that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and finish unloading the car and move on to getting the car ready for the next race. So make sure you guys follow, subscribe, so that way you guys can keep up with any updates on the car, my racing, or things going on in terms of motorsports here in North Texas. So until next time, peace out, guys.